Will King is just going to look to clear the ball only as far as Tommy Block. But Chippenham have the ball back again now, and Tom Mayhew looks to feed it forward, and Jordan Young looks to nearly jump over the Hampton number 3, who just looked to slip. The ball falls all the way through, as Simon says, hoofed up the pitch by Mark Smith, and Will Tizard looks to knock it down really well as Chippenham duo Spencer Hamilton and Joe Hanks walk past us at the minute, and Joe Hanks gives us a thumbs up, but Noah Coppin might be through 1-on-1. He goes down following a foul. The referee isn't interested, however. That could be a contentious decision. Simon, what do you make of that one?
That's a real contrast. After watching two relatively cheap penalties go for Chippenham in the last couple of weeks, namely against Oxford, that one looked about as stonewall as they come. As Noah got in down the right-hand side there, it certainly looked as if two large hands were placed in his lower back. He's gone over. The referee has made his decision very quickly and waved it away. I think that was more a case of too early in the game to really set your stall and make a decision. But I think, a few more minutes in the game and a bit more legs in this one. Buying Wayne a pint, you'd like to get me one for all the traumatic incidents you've caused me over the last 6 months. That'd be fantastic as well.
Corner actually delivered in by Hampton very quickly. It's all the way towards that back post. Babalola goes down. They want a penalty, and the penalty's been given. I'm not sure quite what happened in there. I think maybe it was Alfie Santos, who's won himself 2 penalties in Chippenham's last games. Is he the man that's been said to have fouled Temi Babalola?
That's a strange one. I didn't really see it. I mean, it looked like one of those as it came across. It looked like two players coming together. One thing I am a little bit concerned about, however, is the referee's willing to give that one, which is definitely a 50-50, but a lot more of a stonewall effort down the other side for Noah Coppin, which just waved away with absolute clear consciousness. The only silver lining, of course, here is that we've got that big green monster, the freak, in goal. Will Henry saves penalties, is what he does.
Technically saved 6 penalties last year, 3 from open play in the league, and then obviously those famous 3 against Dartford, so he can certainly do it in the South East. It's going to be Tommy Block to step up.
There's nobody you'd want to have in your goal other than Will Henry in this instance. It's going to be Block versus Henry, Tommy versus Will.
You mentioned earlier, it is going to be the battle versus Tommy versus Wills. This is perhaps going to be the biggest of them.
Will
penalty for Hampton and Richmond Borough. It's a good penalty though. Sends Will Henry the wrong way, and Hampton and Richmond Borough have the lead here at the Bev, courtesy of Tommy Block from the penalty spot. So Hampton and Richmond Borough 1, Chippenham Town 0.
I think that's a real injustice. Jordan Young, Luke Russ remonstrating still with the referee. The decision down the far side there not to give a penalty to Noah Coppin when it looked very, very blatant is now looking a little bit more suspect in the eyes of the Chippenham lads in blue, as they're all standing around the referee, very much grieved that the penalty was given to Hampton and Richmond for what looked a lot more of a contentious push than the one that looked very, very nailed on down there. The only saving grace for the referee in this instance, I believe, is that he could have had a better view of the Hampton push as opposed to being behind the push on Noah. So the referee can only give it as he sees it. He's deemed that one to be a push, and Noah not, and it's allowed. So
Tommy Wood,
maybe that's where.
Tommy Wood being one of them, as of course he played at Tonbridge last year, and Chippenham know the pain of that. As the ball's just going to fly forward, and we have to be wary that it doesn't land. It doesn't have to land in our commentary position, and it doesn't.
King is on.
There's good work from Will Richards as Joe Hanks playing manager on this side, telling Will Richards that King switches on the far side, and he was right, and Tizard is just going to keep that ball before the ball can get there, and Russ has to come in and deputise just to make sure nothing goes horrendously wrong, and Eddie Jones has just about kept the ball in on the near side, and Mayhew has kept the ball in. The ball was fully inside that line, and it's a nice ball in. Jordan Young may be a one-on-one. He's got by the goalkeeper, and he's brought down. Has the referee pointed to the spot? No, he hasn't. Oh my word, referee!
Where's your chance to level it, man?
How has that not been given? The referee today, Aaron Farmer, Will Richards has been shown a yellow card for his protest.
Looking blatant, ref!
But the referee's bottled that one. Jordan Young has gone through one-on-one, knocked the ball around the goalkeeper, and has been brought down, and the referee's not given that one. After 2 maybe contentious penalty decisions in the last 2 games that have gone their way, Chippenham have had 2 blatant penalties in this match go against them. So that can confirm a yellow card shown to Will Richards for his protests. But that could be the big talking point. We thought the one in the first half was stonewall. That one's even more stonewall.
Ref, this ain't about you, mate!
That's yet another one in the book for Hampton.
Technical issue, sorry.
Apologies, we had some technical issues there.
Connection-wise, 4G with it.
But we should be back now as Tommy Wood's got his hands all over Aaron Simpson. Then Aaron Simpson is waved away a foul. there, and the ball is now sent forward. Hampton still have the ball. We're somehow still playing in this game. I'm not too sure, as that's a free kick there from Harvey Greenslade, and there's a bit of a scrap going in and down there. Hampton players seem to be surrounding Harvey Greenslade for no apparent reason. It was a late challenge, but it's one of those ones where it's a yellow card, and we've seen lots of players coming together now, and the referee and the linesman and the assistants will have to pick the bones out of this one. There's a couple of Hampton substitutes as well, I think, that have made their way onto the pitch, but I'm not too sure what's happened. I'm not sure if there'll be any sort of punishment that the referee's dishing out. The referee's walking away from it. I think it was Harvey Greenslade that put the challenge in. It's one of those ones, it's a slippy, wet night right towards the end of the match. It'll be hopefully a formality of a yellow card, but then Hampton just swamped him. A couple of players with a push in the back. The referee's going over to speak to his linesman on the far side about what to do. Perhaps this conversation may result in a red card for Harvey Greenslade, or maybe some serious yellow cards for something else happening in there. We just await Mr. Farmer and what his decision will be. I don't think it'll have any bearing on the final outcome of this match, but I think it'll be an outcome on what happens in the rest of the matches. And of course the players will have to pay fines, the club will have to pay fines. And it did get a little bit messy there, but Chippenham will feel the most aggrieved with the referee's performance, having had 2 penalties not given to them. And the referee's going to his pocket while speaking to the Chippenham number 11, and it is only a yellow card for Harvey Greenslade. But I don't think there's going to be anything else that is given in terms of punishments. It was certainly a late challenge and just a yellow card. So we're just waiting. I think that'll probably be the last action of the half. Referee certainly taking his time to pick the bones out of this one, as it's a yellow card for Harvey Greenslade, and that seems to be it, following the subsequent pylon of players and pushes towards the Chippenham number 11, but referee's made his decision. So Hampton have a free kick about 5 yards inside of the half, and the ball is eventually launched forward. Chippenham regain possession though and come forward, but that is full time here at the Bev. After 90 minutes or 95 minutes of play, Chippenham will feel the most